Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Joining BJ Rains today is KTVB Sports Director Jay Tust. Check him out on Twitter at KTVB Sports Guy and make sure to check out KTVB.com. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Now here's Jay Tust and BJ Rains with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Hey, how we doing, Boise State fans? I am out of breath because I just ran to my garage and back because I had forgotten the raffle tickets for the drawing we're about to do, but made it with about 5 seconds to spare. Jay Tust is here, sports director at KTVB. We're already about 10 minutes late, Jay. I apologize having to take my kids to the second day of Boise State football camp. Saw Spencer Danielson there. He wanted an honest critique of how the camp went. And I said, well, the boys are back for day 2, so it's probably going pretty well. But thanks for popping on, Jay. How's it going?
It's going good. Yeah. Good little Tuesday here. Early June. I love this month in Boise, mostly because it's usually pretty calm.
For the most part. Hopefully it'll stay that way. We still have some Steelheads hockey going on, though, in the finals. You got
they got some work to do, though, brother. Man, they have had an outstanding season, but they dropped the first 2 games on their home ice in the Kelly Cup finals, and now they got to go out to Florida for the next 3 games. BJ, if they don't win at least 2 of those, then the series doesn't come back to Idaho. So hopefully they can get it done. They've been there before, though. Opening round against Utah, went down 0-2, came back, won the next 4 to advance. So we'll see if they can do it again.
And by the way, we are going to talk about the golf tournament. We are going to draw our winners for some of the prizes, and then we are going to discuss last night's debut episode of the Tyson Degenhart Show. But one more local note: Timberline. Now I can't think of his name, but the Timberline grad. He's got the 59 game on base streak.
It's Michael Stefanik.
Yeah, he's I think 12 away, I believe. 71. I think I heard JP and Johnny talking about on the radio yesterday. Is that the minor league record that he's now approaching?
Yeah, that's my guy. He broke the Salt Lake Bees franchise record maybe a week or 2 ago. I can't remember exactly, but he's been on base every single game this season. His on-base streak actually reaches back into last season, and just waiting for the Angels to give him another shot. He got called up to the bigs. I think he got something like 80 plate appearances or something like that last year with the Halos, BJ. And so he's killing it with Salt Lake again. He's one of the best hitters in the Pacific Coast League, which historically is usually kind of a little bit of a pitcher's league, I believe. But he's crushing it, and I hope that he can get that call once again.
Well, we did not have a show yesterday. A lot going on with the football camp, and got my parents in town, and Johnny had a conflict as well. So we decided to hold off on a show yesterday. So this is our first chance, Jay, to recap the Bronco Nation News golf tournament.
Is Johnny resting up from the golf tournament, BJ?
Johnny was very well behaved, I believe, at the golf tournament. He was.
Who were you watching? I was kidding.
There were various reports at different holes. We had spies checking on him, but no, it was a great time. We had Johnny and Prater out there. You were out there. I will say it was a little concerning when I asked you how it went later that night, and you sent me a text back of what looked like not just some little garden snake. That looked like some sort of nice size snake that was going across the fairway. And somebody else told me, first of all, I want to know what hole that was on. Somebody else told me they saw a snake by hole 8 tee box. I'm hoping it was the same one and not 2 different ones, but if not,
we were on the back nine when I saw mine.
Okay. That's a little concerning there. That was not, I don't know for sure. I'm not the snake guy, but that did not look like your variety garden snake.
No, it was like it was a bull snake.
Okay.
That's what the guys I was playing with told me. I was the one, believe it or not, BJ, trying to find my ball, and I'm kind of approaching.
That was the middle of the fairway. We wouldn't be
exactly. It's off to like the left side of the rough, and I'm driving towards this thing. I'm like, what the heck is that? And I get up a little closer. I'm like, oh, good, it's moving. And so, I aborted my mission of finding my ball and just got the heck out of there because I'm not about that action, boss. Let me see here. I got it. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but I'm going to give it a go here.
There you go. Hold on. Come down a little bit. You can kind of see it there.
Yeah, it's a little bright. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I should have put it in the system and had it ready to go.
I'll maybe you can figure it out. I just texted it to you, but
okay.
Yeah, it was
overall
about a 3 or 4 foot snake that definitely caught my attention. I've never seen anything like that on a golf course here. And by the way, BJ, yes. I will no longer ever consider walking a golf course. I will need my golf cart for protection should something like that come up again.
Well, we had 50 foursomes. We had a full 31 foursome field in the morning. We had about 20 in the afternoon. A little bit of rain that popped up. Literally, it was perfectly blue sky and like one rain cloud on the 18th hole or the last hole of the entire tournament about 6 p.m. But the football players, Riley Smith and those guys, they had an intense battle going on. And them, a little rain wasn't going to stop them. So literally in a monsoon, the 9 football players that were there were just out there like nothing was going on, teeing off on their last hole, which was number 17. They ended up tying and had even to play a playoff hole in the middle of a monsoon to decide a winner. And Riley Smith and his group did get the win. We can play that video here in a minute. But overall, we had Tyson Degenhart out there doing the celebrity shot. We had all kinds of stuff. A lot of coaches out there. It was a great afternoon. I'm curious from your perspective how it went, but I thought from the first to the second, we obviously added, about 80 golfers to the mix. We had the crossover there that took a little longer than I was expecting, but there's some small growing pains with that, with adding the second group. But overall, it was a great day. We raised a lot of money. We can announce that we don't have the exact number yet, but it's more than $8,000 that we'll be donating to the Idaho Youth Sports Commission. We gave them $5,000 from year one, so we've upped that to more than $8,000. Tyson Degenhart is responsible for a good chunk of that on his with his celebrity shot on hole 17 with the raffle as well. So we're giving a lot of money to charity. It was a great day, and I had a lot of fun. Jay, how'd you do out there? You're muted, Jay. You're muted.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, bud. The event was great. Once again, BJ, you and the fam did a wonderful job. Love seeing the boys out there too. Naismith and Nelly, they were crushing it. They probably should have played in place of me because they would have contributed more to my group, likely. But it was really fun once again, and more than anything, just good to see everybody. Like you kind of get a chance to see everybody you pretty much would want to see when it comes to Boise State athletics in one spot. And it's a good time during the summer. So when do signups begin for next year, BJ? Pretty
soon, hopefully. Yeah, we got to get that going pretty soon. I'm anticipating, we went from 31 to 50, and a lot of people that I know there were some that made the first year that couldn't come back that are coming back. I mean, I fully expect we can go up to 64 to have two full fields, and I fully expect we'll probably get to 64 next year and have 2 full flights. Got some ideas in the works, maybe a little happy hour type thing the night before to do the raffle and the speeches and things like that, so it's a little smoother on golf day. There's some other ideas in the works to kind of make it an even bigger event. I don't know if I want to go full dinner the night before, maybe some sort of happy hour thing somewhere, and everybody can do the meet and greets and all that kind of stuff there, and maybe make the transition during lunch a little bit easier. But
are you going to make us drive out there twice in 2 days then?
No, the happy hour would not be at the course. No,
I'm just messing.
Hey, you didn't drive. You rode on the party bus. Come on, man. Like I see like Leon Rice, Matt Boucher, all of our quote unquote celebrities getting out of this party bus, and then a guy gets out and I go, that sure looks like Jay. And then it is. What is Jay doing on that bus?
My wife still doesn't believe the story. Like, oh, you just happened to wind up on the party bus. I seriously was leaving work Thursday night and my gas light comes on and I'm like, I'm driving home at like 10:45, 11 o'clock after the 10 o'clock news. And I'm like, I don't really want to stop tonight. And then I'm also thinking, do you really want to wake up a little early and stop tomorrow before you have to drive out to Oregon? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
You're not far off, man. From there, you might be closer to Oregon than you are to Boise. But
right. So I stop at a gas station like right by the freeway that I legitimately never go to. I only stopped there because it was going to be the quickest and most convenient. And I still even thought like, man, I probably could make it there. I'm just going to have to worry about gas on the way home. And so I said, forget it. I got up a little early, stop at this gas station. I get out to pump my gas, and I hear this voice, "Hey, you golfing today?" And I turn around, and it's David Moats from the Boise State men's basketball team. And right behind him is Matt Bauscher, who is like, "Get on the bus. You want to come with us?" And the answer to that is obviously not going to be no. So
I heard they had mimosas and stuff. I heard that was
I don't know what you're talking about. I parked my car, politely got on this gentleman's luxury van, and it was it was pretty sweet. And it was a really cool thing. And then afterwards we got back on it, and it basically took me almost right back home.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Yeah, it was you guys
got
a
very nice surprise
time too. Yeah, it was
I thought I should have known. I was thinking about this, BJ. Like, it would have been fun to get a group of guys together that's all going out there and do something like that.
Yeah,
I should have known Bauscher and company was one step ahead of.
I may make that a bigger deal next year. We're not just a little 15-person one. Maybe you get a whole 45 seat, bus or whatever, and people involved in that don't want to have to drive all the way out there, and it's not even necessarily the drive there. It's more the drive home if you've had a couple cocktails and you're enjoying yourself on the course. And it is a ways out there. I love
some people that certainly did that.
Yeah,
not necessarily on my bus, but you could tell that there were people that had a good time out there.
There was a group maybe before we'd even teed off that I know was getting under the skin of our friend Tad Holloway out there, the head pro, that they had maybe been enjoying some libations before they even arrived at the course at 7:30 in the morning. So it was there was a lot going on, and we had a lot of fun, raised a lot of money for charity.
I got to give a shout out to the Atkinsons too, real quick, BJ, just because that's the group of guys that I golfed with for the second straight year. I certainly hope that they want me back in their group next year, because it is a blast to hang out with them for 4.5 hours. Don't tell them I said that. But this was I hadn't swung the club all basically since your tournament last year. And so the first few holes are pretty rough, and then at some point in time I contributed a couple shots. That wasn't much, but I got
golf shots, right?
Yeah, I got to if only I knew a friend, that could like get me out at Timberstone, once or twice or something like that. If only I knew someone who could maybe, allow me a tune-up round or two before next year's event.
Don't kid yourself, man. You can go anytime. You don't have time to go. I'll give you all the cards you want. You can go anytime you want. But we do have to announce.
Schultz did say that we got to go sometime. So
yes,
I do want to make that happen, because I would love to make fun of Schultz for 4.5 hours.
We do have to congratulate our winners. This is the winning team. Matt Bauscher, your guys from the party bus, they came in at. Now, we will say they had Ty Travis. Kind of a ringer there was 3 or 4 teams trying to get Ty Travis on their team. You also see on the far right there, you may not recognize him because he has hair now. That is Larry Eustace on the far right. He showed up as the rant.
By the way, that Larry Eustace, you can see, hey, he still got the Colorado State colored Under Armour kicks on there.
Look at that. And this was at the Idaho Youth Sports Commission hole, which we can talk about in a second. But congratulations, the winning team: Matt Bauscher, Ty Travis, Russ Van Wagenen, and also Vinny Peretta. You see in the middle there, the former player. So just a stacked team, and they finish minus 17 to win the championship. They win by 1 over a group of 3 that finished at minus 16. And not a surprise, Jay, but that group, the second place team, is included the former Boise State golf coach Dan Potter and the current Boise State golf coach David Trainer, also Joe Panzeri, who's a former local golfer.
Yeah, Joe Panzeri played on the PGA at times, or at least the Canadian Tour. Joe's a freaking ringer himself.
Alex Salinas and Don Newell also on that team, so they finish in second place.
Hey, real quick, BJ, that group that you mentioned, of whether it be Potter and Panzeri and those guys, it was unbelievable. We would turn around, we'd be on a green putting 410 yards away, and we'd see 3 golf balls almost, consecutively about, 60 seconds apart, drop into the middle of the fairway, 40, 50 yards off the green. It was all afternoon. They were gentlemen. They never once drove into us. They were patient, but it was very humbling and almost humiliating to look back, and they're just all hitting perfect drives. Just bombs, like probably 320, 330. I might even be underestimating.
It went
right into the middle of the fairway.
It went 28-28 for a score of 56.
Man, what did we come in at?
I don't think that, and I don't think, that I don't think there's sandbagging involved there. When you got Dan and David and Joe, that's a legit. I mean, it was 8 birdies on the front and a par, and then looked like same thing, 8 birdies and a par on the back.
Do you have any idea where we came in at?
I don't. 1 second here. Let me congratulate the third place team, Mike Prater, the Ringer, third place team. That also included
some really good golfers.
Also included Connor Johnstone, former Boise State golfer, local product. Andy Clark, Mike Musgrave, and my friend Jake Forsyth. They finished in third place, and we got to give a shout out here. They tied for second, but they lost in a scorecard playoff. You start at the number 1 handicap, and you work your way down. Our team of celebrities, you mentioned Justin Schultz. They actually tied for second place. We had a team of celebrities that included Justin Schultz, Mike Burns, Sean Garris, who I think probably carried that team. He's the volleyball coach and is a very good golfer himself. And then our representative, one of my friends, Tyler Mays, that came all the way from Las Vegas from Circa Resort and Casino, is apparently a very good golfer himself. So Justin Schultz, Mike Burns, Sean Garris, Tyler Mays, they also finished tied for second but lost in the scorecard playoff. They also were shot a 56 minus 16. So those were the first, second, and third place teams. I will be reaching out to them with their prizes. And the last place team was Tom Miles, Brooks Enstrong, Barry Miles, and Caleb Krebs. We'll just throw them out there. They were, at least in the morning, the lowest place team. So there's a prize for them. But as I said, Jay, and we need to do this, I'll do this quickly, but we did have on a new thing at the tournament this year, hole 17. How did you think that go? Tyson Degenhart, celebrity shot, essentially for a donation to the Idaho Youth Sports Commission. Everyone in your foursome got to take a shot, and then Tyson also got to take a shot at the green there. And if any of your 5 got the ball on the green, you were registered to win this driver right here. And this is a very nice driver. And if you can see the price tag on here, $599 driver, $600 driver.
I can make it look like a $200 driver, I bet.
Yes. And so we had that. And we also had this really nice Callaway 56-degree wedge, which is about a $200 value as well. And so we have all the names here. As I said, we had a kind of unique thing with the crossover, Jay, so we couldn't give out closest to the pin prizes, that kind of stuff at lunch because we had another group. We also didn't want to post the scores from the morning group, so there could be some sandbagging in the afternoon, so we kind of had to do this all later. And then on hole, we were going to do some of this and record it at the course, and it started downpouring on the last hole. So we have all the names in here. As you can see, there's probably I'd say almost 100 names. I mean, most of the groups ended up doing this where they paid. I think you're in here, Jay, as well.
No, actually, you bring that up. The Atkinson's absolutely ponied up. And
so you are eligible. You are eligible for this. Anyone is eligible. The celebrities, the paying members. Everyone paid the donation to the Idaho Youth Sports Commission. You're all entered. We will go ahead and do the driver now. This is for the driver. And I'm not going to look. I'm just going to reach in here and grab a name. Let's see here. All right. Our winner is going to be from Group 12A, Brent Irving.
Let's go, Brent.
Brent Irving from Group 12A was playing with Dave Miniger, Jeremy DeLuca, and TJ Elkers. No, that's not right. That got switched. Well, either way, Brad. I forgot.
I'll figure it out.
I'm looking at an old tee sheet here, but Brent Irving. Excuse me. I'll show you here. Brent Irving. My wife's handwriting there. Oh yeah, see, she did it too. She put Brad Danes because we switched up the I had switched up the tee sheet on her, but that was for first place. Brent Irving, we will reach out to you for the driver. Second place gets the nice 56-degree Callaway wedge. Let's pick out another name here. Let's go with right here. Rudy Espino. How about Rudy?
Oh, let's go, Rudy.
Our friend Rudy wins the wedge. So Rudy, congratulations to you.
See, nice guys do finish first.
There you go. So we got about $800 worth of golf clubs right here. And we thank Timberstone donated this, by the way. So big shout out Timberstone Golf Course donating the 2 clubs for this. And we raised probably, I'd say about about $2,500, Jay, just doing that raffle there at hole 17. I thought Tyson was very accommodating in the morning. RJ Keene, very accommodating in the afternoon. They were at the hole. Every group got to meet him, talk to him. I thought that was pretty cool, and that was a nice addition, I thought.
I don't want to put my guy Tyson on blast. He hit, I believe he hit a majority of the greens for, well, actually, no, I know that he hit way over a majority of the greens. We were not one of the groups that he hit the green with. He put it in the tank, the water.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. The reports do say that RJ Keene might have hit the green at a little higher rate than Tyson.
Well, I need to, did RJ tell you that? Because if so, I'm going to need verification.
Tim Brady told me that. We'll take Tim's.
Tim's the nicest guy in the world, so I believe Tim. Tyson, though, so right when we pull up the group in front of us, Tyson literally sticks this thing like 5 feet from the pin. I mean, it was like,
and that's not an easy hole. It's
no, it's not.
It's your green. It's the pin was
in the back. Huge slope up of it, so you got to get it on the back side. If you leave it short, it's going to roll all the way down to the front. And he just sticks this thing, and I'm like, well, of course he's good at everything. Of course he is. So,
Rudy, unfortunately, is left-handed, so we got to see if we can make that happen. He says, can I get it in left-handed? The folk, I will see, Rudy. I don't know the answer to that. You may have to just give it to somebody as a gift or something, but I'll talk to the course and see what we can do. Maybe we can trade it in. Jordan says, Rudy, look, glad that wedge is going to get some good use. Rudy says, Tust hits his wedge like I hit my driver. So maybe you can use your wedge and outdrive Rudy. But power fade is what they were saying for Degenhart on his shot. But again, congratulations to all the winners. We'll be in touch with you. One small issue, though, Jay. I'm embarrassed to admit this, but we're gonna take the honor system here. During the commotion of the rain and the it was chaos. It was literally a monsoon on the last hole of the course. We're trying to put tents away, pick stuff up. Whether it was someone from our group, somebody from the course, somebody we don't know who. We did not make the closest to the pin marker back to the clubhouse. So we don't know who won closest to the pin to win the 2 free nights at Circa, and the course feels bad about it. I feel bad about it. We don't know if you were the one that think you got it.
Let's go honor system. Come on,
if you can think that you were one of the ones that got it very close to the pin, and you think you actually might have won. We did have a representative friend of mine, Jamie Matthews, that was at hole 8. And so she, knows some of the groups and knows some of the names, but we don't know exactly who the final afternoon person was that got it close. So if you think from the morning or afternoon that you legit had a closest to the pin, please let us know. And if it's one of you, we'll give it to you. If there's 2 or 3 of you, we might have to do a little raffle, for the 2 or 3 of you that think you had it. I apologize. This is the one that we think may have had it. When we went through, the name we saw was Jerry. Jerry in the afternoon did have one that was within a couple of feet. So that is one of the people, Jerry Outlaw, who was playing with the Carringers. That is one of the folks. But if anybody else thinks they were closer than Jerry, please let us know. And I apologize for that, Jay.
It happens.
We had our winners for Joe Panzeri, I believe, was the winner for longest drive, by the way, for the men. I think is the rumor true, Jay? You would have had it if you had kept it in the fairway?
I would like to say yes, but no, not this year. Not on the long drive hole, at least. Hole
18, the Matt Bauscher. You got your free. Did you get a BNN shirt?
They got a BNN shirt
from hole 18. Matt Bauscher Real Estate. They were passing out some shirts and some beverages and some other things. That was a fun hole.
The only critique I'll have. Last year there were breakfast burritos we started on the back 9. And we were like 3 holes in and we got a breakfast burrito. We had to wait until hole 13 or 14 to enjoy that delicious double R
R&R barbecue, yes.
R&R barbecue, excuse me, yes. Brisket sandwich, which was delicious.
But where'd you start at?
We started on 1 this year.
You did have to wait. Okay. So we need to have a food station on both. We'll try to make that happen for next year. I'll add that to the list. Rob Draper, I know, was closest in the morning, and Melinda, we appreciate it. They had 2 foursomes. Rob was very close as well. Depending on what we can do, maybe I can try to see if I can pull something off and get 2 winners for this. I'll talk to Circa maybe if Rob had the morning and Jerry had the afternoon. I don't know if Jerry passed Rob or if they had another. That was one of the things that I wasn't really involved in, and so I'm not, passing the blame. I just apologize. I don't know the answer to it because I had so many other things going on. I was just told they never got it back. So, I'll reach out to you, Melinda. We'll try to make something happen. Rob, I know you were one of the closest ones. Congratulations on that, and we'll make it happen. But Jay, speaking of Tyson, final thing before we get out of here, the debut episode last night of the Tyson Degenhart Show. I hope everybody had a chance to catch it out. It was awesome stuff. I really enjoyed it. And it was pretty cool stuff. I mean, we're making history here by all my accounts, Boise State's accounts, everybody that can find it in terms of some people may have their own kind of podcast in their garage or whatever, but in terms of getting paid on an NIL deal to do a show, we believe Tyson is the first, and his deal with ICCU is believed to be one of the largest. By the way, shout out to Taylon Green getting the new F-150 from Jim Sturk and Lithia Ford. That's a cool deal as well. But Tyson, one of the biggest individual NIL deals with ICCU, and he had his debut episode last night. Did he get I have one clip to play, but did he get a chance to catch it, Jay? I'm putting you on the spot here.
Not all of it, brother.
Okay, that's all right.
We had a family dinner last night.
You had a lot going on. I get it.
I know.
I should have asked you that.
I'm going to go back, though. Don't get me wrong. Like, come on now. Everybody else can, too. It's the beauty of it. It lives forever, right, BJ?
Yep. I'm trying to decide which clip
I got the alert now. We just sat down to dinner.
Oh, you're all good, man. It's still, I'm sure a lot of people that are here haven't seen it yet. And so I have one clip I'll play. This is before I play the clip, 3 players in the Leon Rice era that you think complain the most in practice about Leon and the officiating in practice.
Complain the most?
Practice officiating, Leon calling fouls in practice, and the managers and stuff. Who do you think in the Leon Rice era would be up there for complaining the most about foul calls?
Anthony Drimmick.
Oh, that's a good guess. That's a good guess, but not
only
top
because
3.
he's fiery.
Not in the top 3.
How far back are we going?
You got the whole Leon Rice era.
Max Rice.
Let's hear from Leon Rice.
I want to hear it.
Last night we were talking about because Max Teams, the manager, came on with a funny comment about asking Leon who his favorite practice ref was, and then he made a joke about it. But this is Leon Rice last night live on the Tyson Degenhart Show talking about reffing at practice.
Complain about him too much. That's the one area where they would. The worst. There was two of the worst I've ever had at practice. Actually, the 3. I can tell you, the 3 guys at practice who would complain about officials a lot during practice because they were super competitive and they didn't like. I'd be coaching sometimes and I'd forget to call fouls, or we'd be more worried about coaching, and these guys are competing and they want to win. Number 1 was Nick Duncan. Oh my God, he'd get so mad at me. And James Reed was that way too. Jeff Aloriaga. Those 3 were the worst 3 at practice.
Would you call some stuff just to get him going a little bit sometimes?
Well, then I'd go the other way against that practice. Yeah. No doubt. Those 3 were the worst. This group we have, Max can get sideways, right? Tyson. Who else would you say, Tyson?
Cade can get that way too.
Cade doesn't get a vote, Scout team guys don't get a vote. There's a hierarchy to that thing. And that when James was redshirting and he'd complain, I'm like, James, you're on the scout team.
Well, there he is, Leon Rice. And he had a funny story about John Stockton also complaining at times. They were trying to get ready for Steph Curry and Davidson in like 2008 or something. And John Stockton was around and they had him helping get them ready for to play Steph Curry and Davidson. And John Stockton was complaining about the refs at practice. So
I don't know why, but I actually was going to take a stab at Jeff Aloriaga. I don't know why that name popped into my mind initially. I do know that whether it be Jeff or James, both those dudes are very, very smart individuals. So I don't know if I'm probably going to give a little bit of belief that they might have been right. I'm just saying, hey, Nick Duncan too. Nick Duncan was out at the golf tournament. It's always good to see Nick.
Nick Duncan won the big Kona Brewing cornhole set. It's like a nice $200 or $300 cornhole set. And Nick was the winner of that. I love
seeing Nick working over there with Brian King. There's another Boise State basketball alum. Those guys are tremendous human beings.
We had all of our sponsors. Rowe Paint was out there, Andy Rowe and ICCU and Lithia Ford. And just so thankful. It was a great day and we had a lot of fun. And again, thanks everybody for coming. Somebody asked if we're going to post all of the scores. Again, I will see if we can. I will reach out to the golf course. But again, that was a little bit of a cluster at the end in the rain. And so I'll see what I can do and if they still have them. But I just made sure that I got first, second, and third. And then we'll kind of go from there. But again, I will reach out. Melinda will figure out the closest to the pin with Rob. And then Jerry Outlaw as well. So I apologize for that. It was a great day. And then literally, Jay, somehow in a blue sky, there was like one rain cloud right above us for the final 5 minutes of the tournament, which made the cleanup a little fun. Nobody won the hole-in-one either. The car, I had to drive the Bronco Sport back and deliver it back to Lithia Ford on Saturday. Nobody won the hole-in-one on that either. That was a into the wind, a 200-yard hole, man. That was not hole 6, man. They were making it tough there for the conditions did not help.
I was going to put in a request that we pick a different hole because I think that hole is. I think it said like 202 or something like that, but it was into a stiff headwind. It was probably playing like 220, 225, something like that. So that was a difficult
problem. Is it has to be 100 for the insurance? It has to be 183 yards, and the other two. So the only other one it could be, I guess, is 13. Okay, this one's at least more downhill, so you have a better chance of seeing the ball.
Either way, Timberstone, it really tests you with their par threes. That's the one. We had some trouble with par threes. I think we're pretty dialed on the 5s and the 4s, but
yeah, you got two long ones that are about 200 yards. You have two that are like 200 yards, and both the other two are a little bit shorter, but over water. So I mean, it's not.
We didn't have a single bogey on the whole day.
Wow.
But the par threes they gave us some fits.
Melinda says it was an awesome day. Let's get 64 teams next year. Yeah. I want to work on that. It was a great, like I said, the afternoon groups. Do apologize. Got a little bit of a late start than I wanted, just because of all the stuff that was going on. So it wasn't perfect, but overall, like I said, we raised more than $8,000 for the Idaho Youth Sports Commission, and going to do some cool things with them. So, Jay, appreciate your time as always. We started late. I told you we'd go short, and I look up at we're at 32 minutes again. So, but in fairness, you only have to do one show this week. So you're all
there we go.
The extra 2 minutes you just gave me, I'll give you Friday off. Okay. I am actually going to visit our sponsor, Circa Resort and Casino, taking a weekend with my wife down to Vegas and a few friends. So there'll be no show on Friday, but Johnny will join me tomorrow. And then actually, speaking of golf, I'm playing TPC Las Vegas on Friday morning. If you talk about a daunting course, I watched the little flyover thing, and it's like there's no rough. You're into the desert if you're not on the fairway. I mean, it is. We'll see. I'm looking forward to that. So I think my goal is if I can shoot like 110 or under, I'll call it a successful day. But Jay, appreciate it. We'll be watching KTVB. Great stuff. We didn't really talk Kellen Moore. We should have. Maybe we'll save that. Kellen Moore Hall of Fame. That's got to happen. I was going to ask you how many of the 21 guys you can name that he threw touchdown passes to at Boise State. But we ran out of time. So that's a good trivia question for you. So
it is.
Thanks to everybody for checking us out. Had a great show. And great day. And we will talk to you, Jay, at some point here in the near future. Appreciate you for jumping on. And it was fun having you out there at the golf tournament. And, we're going to have to – I'm telling you, man, I think we do some sort of happy hour thing at the James or somewhere the night before. And then I think maybe we do organize some sort of bigger bus for people in Boise to all go out there. And we're working on some things, man. I thought year 2 – would you agree year 2 is better than year 1?
Yeah. Okay. You're building for sure, bud.
All right, so we'll try to keep it rolling for year 3. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, everybody, for checking us out. Bronco Nation News, Bronco Nation